the liberal PC culture on college campuses. It's out of control. So much so, university officials are now going after costumes. Case in point, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Apparently, the university's so-called bias incident team is accusing 3 students of mocking people with disabilities for dressing up as the 3 blind mice and posting it on Facebook. So this is a no-no, according to the bias incident team, because the costume choice could be offensive to people with disabilities. Seriously? The 3 blind mice is a nursery rhyme, one we all pretty much grew up with, and all of a sudden it's offensive. Now, it's unclear how the students were punished, but the students ended up removing the photos from their social media accounts. Can you believe it? And on another note, what the heck is a bias incident team? I don't remember having one of those to turn to when I was in college, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. Joining me now with the Page 5 report, reporter for the Independent Journal Review, Victoria Taff. Victoria, I'd have to say that this PC culture on college campuses is killing higher learning.
Killing higher learning and killing critical thinking, it seems to me, Stephanie. And at a time when university students complain that serving Chinese food on campus is an example of the white man appropriating Asian culture, at a time when students we used to refer to as adults now demand safe spaces and a blankie because they're afraid they'll get their feelings hurt, at a time when university professors and administrators indulge this silliness because the young hothouse flowers just can't deal with the real world, we have Exhibit A of how this mindset is a political one-way street. Here's Katya Checkwitz of Boston University, who made a video about stealing Donald Trump signs out of people's yards.
So, per Twitter request, I am going to be taking 2 Trump signs off someone's lawn. Stay tuned. We're rolling up now. I'm going to pull over really quick. This person's lawn.
And why did she do it? She told Campus Reform, quote, "I was angry, tired of people like me being served injustice daily. White supremacists love sitting comfortably in their privilege, so my goal is to make them feel uncomfortable as possible." You know, it's like she was right out of central casting in a Michael Moore film. But she's not the only one. Stealing Donald Trump signs apparently is a thing. Witness these people who were caught on camera stealing Trump signs. Now, some people think it's just a prank, but it's not really very funny to people who actually have to buy those signs.
Yeah, the First Amendment, the freedom of expression only counts if you're a liberal, right? And if you're not a Donald Trump supporter.
It seems to happen every 4 years, and it doesn't matter what Republican's name is on the sign. It's open season on campaign signs for Republicans. You continue to hear those incidents reported on a daily basis.
But I'm pretty sure it's illegal to pick up campaign signs
it is
from a yard, right?
Sure, and notwithstanding the fact that you just mentioned an egregious First Amendment problem with that, it's not something that you know, just sort of more basic. It's against local law. For instance, it's trespassing, it's vandalism, and it's theft. That's what happens.
So, did this girl get in trouble? Do we know what happened to her?
Well, she eventually got pilloried so much on social media, Steph, that she had to apologize. And she said, well, gee, gosh, I'm sorry.
And do you think she understands what she actually did wrong, or do you think she's just apologizing because she's tired of getting trolled on social media?
Probably the latter. And you know, let's face it, she thinks her particular personal issues are far more important than the issues of somebody feeling as if their safety's compromised, that they have had vandalism occur on the property, and a theft. She thinks she's above that, and her needs outweigh theirs.
It's interesting. I worked on a campaign, and it was actually for a Democrat who was running for U.S. Senate back in the day, and people actually stole his yard signs too. So it doesn't just happen to Republicans, it happens to Democrats too, and it was pretty devastating for us because we worked really hard getting all those signs and all those things out there. So.
You get them out there, and by the way, people who put those yard signs in their yards, they generally pay for those. You go to the campaign and you pay for those signs. So when you have somebody stealing them, that's a real value being lost, and you have to go replace them. They don't give them away for free because guess what? Campaign signs are expensive.